Test test 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 3. Okay. I'm assuming that is coming from the browser window. That's fine. Okay. So, what the goal is today is to try to sync up this audio for good. I have two sources I need to sync up here. The first is going to be the microphone I'm wearing right here, I've been using for a lot of the console games or games that run through my side TV. And then the second audio source I have to sync up will be the actual or the webcam microphone, which I've been using for a lot of the VR syncing. So this isn't exactly a very fun stream per se today, but rather one where I need to finalize some of these audio adjustments. So what I've done is I've asked my brother, probably about 4 minutes here, to join up on the stream to help me with this. But that's been one of the challenges I've found with this streaming software so far. Again, I'm using OBS, Open Broadcaster software. Let me move this up a little bit. And while there's a lot of mixer options for controlling levels and offset for audio sources, I haven't found a very good procedure for on my own to sync up these audio sources yet. So it makes it rather difficult to, without having an outside viewer see what the stream actually looks like, to sync this up. And I mean, I could do that with another computer, just running the stream and going from there, which I've tried before, but it's been sort of difficult with those instances. So what I'm seeing if I can find right now, if I can find an actual like clapper of some sort, or I might even use my hands here. But the goal being that I could try using just with my mouth, but that might get a little difficult to see what the audio actually, or what the audio is actually supposed to sync to. It'd be better to use some sort of clapper or some sort of very quick movement with sound. That way you can quickly see how out of sync the picture is to the audio. As far as I can tell right now as well, the capture devices I've been using, or for the capture devices I've been using for gameplay and such, have not experienced this out of sync issue. It's only been with a separate microphone and camera source. I'm suspecting just with the camera itself, however the device is being handled by the computer, it does not sync up one to one with another audio source, probably with whatever, however that's being handled by drivers and what have you. And what I've read online very briefly, a lot of these cheaper Logitech web cameras, like the one I'm using right now, that is an issue with them. So you usually have to offset your audio mic or your mic audio to sync up with the actual picture of the webcam. So let's see here. I can send this over to Mr. Sam. Open up the Book of Faces. Hi, Watson. Hi, Watson. Okay. So in the meantime, I guess I can start. Hi, buddy. Here. Rah. Ah, he's running away. But in the meantime, I've been thinking about what I want to stream for the February broadcast event that we have going on. And he's in the stream. Excellent. Okay, Sam. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to just like smack my hands like this, and just give me some feedback in terms of if the audio sounds like it's ahead of the image or if the image is ahead of the audio. So, and is it the video that's lagging behind between chat and my view of the stream? Okay. Calm down, buddy. Okay. So, let's see here. Let's try it again. I know, buddy. You want to play with all the toys. I know. Is the audio less ahead than it was before? Chill out, bub. Okay. So, let me increase the offset, or actually decrease the offset significantly here. Okay. And if you can't tell the difference with that this time, I will try running the offset the opposite value to see if that makes a difference. And for those who are interested, what I'm doing right now is I'm adjusting a couple more times. Okay. And for those who are interested, I am adjusting an offset, a sync offset setting in the audio mixer for OBS. So that way you can set individual offsets for whatever audio sources you have for this kind of situation. So I made the delay much worse. Well, I know which way to go now. Okay, let's try this. Okay. Okay, that's good. Let's try it again. Give it a little more. Give it a little more gas. Got it. This is the very scientific way to sync up your audio. Okay. It gives a preview for, so I get mixer meters for talking, and I see a preview of the actual stream, but it doesn't appear to be very representative of what is actually pumped into YouTube for the stream itself. Also, the audio that I put into the mic here isn't getting played back onto the desktop when I am streaming or in OBS. The only time I have playback is through the browser or the endpoint of the stream itself, which is what makes this fairly difficult. Ideally, what I would like to have, yeah, I agree. I'm, I'm sorry, and I'm thankful very much that you're willing to help me get this synced up. So, hey, but that's probably been the major challenge I've had so far with this stream setup is audio management because I don't get a lot of live feedback. And I don't, at least for what they provide, I don't see a very robust mixer for all my sources in terms of sound and video. So there's a lot of experimentation I have to do, hence all these tests anyway, to manage different kinds of video sources and sound sources to be something that I can monitor and adjust for both quality for the viewer and for what kind of feedback YouTube might give me, depending on what sort of bandwidth capacity I might have for the night for my upload, which has been inconsistent with my ISP. Excellent. Yeah, I'm up to about 40 milliseconds for a mic offset right now, just as a heads up. So we're going to go up to 45. And once we get to a point where it seems like at least the clapping is in sync, we'll just do a quick eyeball check to see if the audio seems to be in sync with me talking as well. And then I should be able to keep that setting about where it's at. So that's the good thing, at least, is with all these sync offset settings, they will save within my configuration for OBS. So this should, in theory, be a one-time deal. In theory. Okay. So it looks like we're there for me articulating right now. So I am going to switch over to the Logitech camera audio to see where that's at. Okay, so I should have the webcam audio up right now. And let me zero out that offset real quick. Okay, so here's what the webcam audio sounds like right now. Isn't it fun for a Wednesday night? It's the best. Hands down. Okay. Okay. The earth that is filled keeps steady the ground you walk. What the hell are you talking about? A lovely quote. Get another 10 milliseconds. I'm giving an all she's got, Captain. To get that, it's one of them TV references. Green Acres. Wolf. Wolf, wolf. Row, row, row. Oh. Also, fun fact about the Logitech camera here, any sort of automated setting or adjustment to the camera throws off the delay of video feed to the computer itself, so I have to keep a consistent exposure setting like I have right now to minimize that impact and keep it rather deterministic, I suppose. So that means if I ever use the camera to adjust, say, exposure or other settings, even like an autofocus, that will change my sync settings for the camera. So not a super great camera. I can't really utilize its features in that way. I have to probably bring an external light if I want to illuminate me more. That's what I get for getting a $29 webcam. Sure thing. And we're up to about 50 milliseconds for an offset right now with the camera audio compared to the camera image itself, which is pretty bad since it's all the same device. And I don't know if that lag is introduced from OBS or from the camera itself. But fascinating.
Does it seem to be making a difference at all? Like I think it should be, but just want to double check in case. Like I should be adjusting the correct setting here. We've gone to 20. I am totally taking this wisdom. You are a cheap snake, buying cheap equipment for your cheap stream setup, making its cheap path. Yes. We're at 90 milliseconds for a sync offset for the on-camera microphone and the camera itself. That's pretty bad. Fun life tip. The more food you eat, the more muscle shirts you have. You don't even have to buy new shirts. Awesome. So I'm going to throw on the Logitech mic again real quick because I think there might have been a off sync or an offset setting on the camera and footage itself. So I just want to verify that the Logitech audio still holds, or the headset mic still holds.
Okay, so we're back on the headset. Does that still seem in sync? Okay. And this is me talking. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Okay, well, that's it. Sound is in sync. We will see if these settings hold for future streams. If not, I'm gonna have to say whatever because at that point I can't keep syncing this up every time. So, Sam, thank you very much for your help. That will end tonight's very quick-ish but not super thrilling stream. We got to go through the process of syncing audio. So, at least in the most unscientific way I could think of, which is good. All right, so thanks everyone for watching. If you decided to put up with this, hopefully you may have learned something about having to sync up audio for OBS and other streams. If you have any questions, feel free to comment on the video, hit me up on social media, on my YouTube channel, whatever, and I can go through at least some of the steps I've been trying to use to get a more correct reading on what the sync settings would be for my various devices because I have like 3 or 4 different types of devices I'm using to capture either audio or video media. So until then, have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much, and yeah, peace.